Hi. So today is day 23 on the fluids and it's 7 days to surgery. So by this time next week, I'm gonna be done with my surgery, probably awake, trying to figure out my life and not be in pain. It's real soon, guys. It's real soon. And today I've been off work today too, so I've been mostly working. I've been doing my wash. I started packing my bag, which you can see there. I went and bought some stuff. Essentially, these shakers, I have the smoothie maker for them, but I only had one of these left. So because I destroyed the others, so I bought a new pack because I figured out that one of these can contain 2 shakes. So if I bring all 3 with me, I can pre-make them in the morning and bring them with me, so I don't have to carry around any nasty shakes. Essentially, yes, I will have to bring them home and have extra weight and such. But considering that if I don't do this, I will have to carry with me, or I would have to pay out like at least 120 around just to get the shakes pre-made, so I can toss them when I'm done. And it's convenient, yes, but it's a lot of money when I have shakes at home. So, not too keen on that actually. But we'll see how I'll do. Those are good to have either way. Also bought more boxes to pack because I have quite a books here. And I don't want to pack them in an ordinary large box, so I got smaller boxes to pack them in, because I figured that's more nice in a way. So I figured I'd get that done. So I've been doing quite a bit. I also cleaned my laptop. I wasn't sure yesterday if I could get it to work because it had +2 minutes in startup time, but I managed to get it down to 32 seconds today. And what I did was that I cleaned it out I did a clean install of Windows on it, and then I took the courage and was like, you know what, it's from 2016. It's not gonna get any better. I'm just gonna open it and try and see if I can. But since I do repairs on iPhones all day, how hard can it be? Really, how hard can it be? It wasn't that hard. There was plenty of YouTube tutorials for me to go through, and each one had a little bit here and there that helped me get it together. So let's show you the extremely satisfying and haunting pictures. So the first one here is straight up when I open it, and as you can see, it has like dots of dust on the plastic. I don't know if you can. You see? All those little dots on the black plastic, that's dust, my god. And same with the second one. All of this is dust. And that's the behind of the keyboard. That's just dust accumulation. Like, I was like, oh dear me, dearie me, how is this gonna work? And then I got it open and took out the motherboard, which is here, and you can see that fan. Oh my god, my poor little fan. That's underneath the fan. So much dust. And there it is, all clean. Squeaky clean. I didn't remove the protective plastic because I didn't want to mess too much with it. It felt very unnecessary to do, since I didn't have any thermal paste or anything at home to replace it, and I didn't feel like buying just because of that. And so for also the what's the word, prestanda, essentially the health of the computer doesn't tell me that I need that. Essentially it's fairly okay. I mean, it's not great or anything, it's not the fastest computer out there, but it works. So I've started to install some stuff that I'm gonna need, and then I'm needing to do the big installation of Final Fantasy. That's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna let it do that tonight while I sleep, because it's not worth taking all the bandwidth for that during the day, but it feels better to do it at night because nobody's using it then. Yeah, I started packing my bag, and it feels like I'm bringing a ton of clothes, but I know that I'm gonna be gone for over 2 weeks. But it's so hard to know, like, am I gonna wear ordinary clothes, or am I just gonna wear my baggy ass clothes even outdoors? And like, so I'm probably gonna repack it tomorrow. I know myself that well. I also need to do packing some other stuff, like toiletries and small stuff essentially. I also need to pack meds and such. You know, all that tiny stuff. The clothes is fixed. Some of the other stuff like games and such I promised to bring, that's packed, but I need to pack all my medicines, the shakes, codes and such that I need, that kind of stuff. But I don't feel too stressed about that, because that's always like last minute packing anyway for me. That's at least what I do. I pack the most important stuff that I use every day, like late in the evening. And to be fair, I only work on Friday I work into 19, but Saturday and Sunday I don't work as long shifts, even though they are the long shifts, but you get my point. I only work until 5 and until 4 on Sunday and Saturday, so I have time to do some last minute packing and such. I also need to pack for Doggo, so I think tomorrow will be getting to pack more of the apartment, so I can do that in peace. Well, my room, I guess, is more the correct term. Pack that sort of things and see how far I get with that. That would be nice though. And maybe drive some stuff to the new apartment to see how much there is left here, essentially, because I don't think there will be much at all. I think it will go pretty fast, but I'm not quite sure. I've emptied some stuff, but it is still one shelf, this whole shelf left, and then there's stuff here beside me and such, and underneath the bed and all the other clothing and such, but there's stuff that I don't really need essentially any big thought on how to pack it. Otherwise, like for the fluids and such, it's been going good. I did forget to take them. I got so busy doing shit that I forgot to take. So I had 1 shake by the time it was 4. And I was noticing that I was starting to get like easily annoyed. That's when I realized I hadn't had any shakes like I should. And then I realized that I didn't have any drinks because I had been starting to get headaches. I had my coffee and I had a shake. But now I'm up to 5 shakes, and I think that will have to do because I can't be arsed to shut down another one. It's 10 p.m, so no. But I'm gonna be drinking some. I'm choosing some carbonated water. I know I should be drinking just ordinary water, but this goes down faster for me, and it helps the stomach a bit too. I also figured out why I probably got sick, and that is because they had changed the ratio for some of the shakes. Well, essentially, not changed perhaps, it's just that I didn't read them. Because all of the other ones that I've had from them before is 3 scoops. 3, right? So that's what I just did. I did my normal just scooping down 3 and shaking. And that's why they got so thick. Because they're meant to be like 2.5 shake. The 2.5 scoops. So still I want a little bit more water, but that's been consistent with all the others too. I want a bit more water than they say. And that can be what made me sick, because it got too thick for the stomach to handle, and it became too much. Essentially, since I had essentially 1 more shake than I should by the end of the day, if you count the extra. So it's not too weird, because I also was drinking them kind of a bit too close, I think. So it was essentially my stomach telling me, fuck you. So I'm much better today, and they taste much better now that I read properly the instructions of all of them. So that was a bit of a curveball. I didn't notice, and that's fully on me. I just assumed they were like every else that I've had. I've had several different tastes from them, and they've all been 3 scoops. So my fault, but damn. I got craving sushi, but that's because they've been eating sushi, so it smells really good in the kitchen. Otherwise, I can't say there's much. It's still the carbs, like bready stuff. That and egg. My egg. So I think mostly it's carbs, and I think that's because they've been moving about and doing stuff that the body wants carbs to help. I also noticed today that I don't see much difference, like shape-wise, even though I've lost about 9 kilos now. But, and not since the start of fluid though, to point out, it's since the 1st of December last year. But I noticed that putting on my leather jacket that I have, I usually don't close it because I haven't really been able to since I got it. Well, I could when I bought it, but then I got bigger and I couldn't. I could like 1 button perhaps. And I was out with the dog and it got really cold. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna look like a freaking sausage. Fine. But then I could close it and it was a bit snug, but not too snug. And I know I've been able before to close it with a thick hoodie. This is really thin. A really thin hoodie. It's not that fluffy. It's quite nice for like spring. So I usually wear only it. But I know I can have a thick hoodie. Or I could have a thick hoodie underneath it and still close the jacket. So we're getting there. And it also made me realize, and something I looked forward to, or will be looking forward to, is that in the future I can get like the goth dream of all, a full length leather coat. It doesn't have to be real leather or anything. I just want the foot length, like the foot long coat, like, you know, in The Crow. And I realized that might be possible. I could even have a chance of finding one at a second-hand shop, which has never been a possibility before. Never. So I'm like, that will happen, guys. That will happen. So that made me a little bit happy, and like I notice a little bit of difference, since I don't really do, except the thumb ring. But it was on the verge, but now it's really too big, so I'm gonna have to find another one. And I like having my thumb rings on because they're stylish for me, and I've been having a thumb ring since forever. No, since I saw Casper in '95. I'm old, guys. But it's also an anxiety thing. I have one of the spinner rings, but I also like to go and push it down and just feel it with my finger. I don't know why. It's just an anxiety thing, but it helps me stop from doing other fidget things that are self-harming instead. So that's why I really want them. So we'll see if I can find something else, because I went through all my rings and they're all too big now, except the ones that I don't like wearing because they get stuck in my hair. So yeah, but I feel I kind of occupy myself right now just to keep going and have something to do, because I don't want to stop and think of what's to come, the surgery and the surgery day, because it makes me really anxious and worried and scared. But I guess I will have to. I'm gonna reread all the information and stuff and do new notes, so I have everything like in a streamline, essentially. Yes, this is my lovely pen that I got from a friend for my birthday. I've been using it to change the focus because it's a bit far, as I can tell. And right now it's a fidget toy. But yeah, a lot of going on, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking. Have I gotten the time to draw? No. We'll get to it sometime. But yeah, I would say so far with the fluids though, the hardest things has been like, I kind of miss chewing a bit. Not as much as I did in the beginning. It's kind of went down. It's more like the tastes, because you don't get extremely much variation unless you buy a shit ton of stuff, and then you're gonna have more than you need, sadly. And just having a snack, and it sounds weird, but I kind of miss just sitting having a coffee and a bun, or you know, just to rewind time. And I think that is unhealthy, considering I will be able to do that, but not as a coping mechanism. And it hasn't been as much as I thought that I would be missing that sort of stuff when I'm sitting by the computer like this and want something to chew, or when I'm watching TV or something. It's not been that exactly. It's just been, I think, the stress that it makes me wanna, either I forget totally to eat or I really wanna eat. So I think that will be something I'm gonna have to work on, essentially. But I think it will come, especially when I can start getting other things. I can get a different kind of routine with the food, but also get more energy because I'm not as heavy and not in as much pain. But yeah, I think that will be enough rambling for today. So I'm gonna continue to slurp down this is the Syrah passion fruit guava. And yes, it's still my old, because I love it. Also because I haven't been asked to change. But yeah, that will be it. I will see you tomorrow. I will see how far I've gone with packing. Hopefully pretty far, I hope. So, take care, guys. Bye.